All right. Great day, great day, great day. It's me. It's me. Happy YouTube day, guys. I feel like I should zoom in a little bit. What do you guys think? Do I do it like this? Let's see. Anyways, so yeah, we're gonna start off like this, all right? So hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are having a great week. I'm having a great week, so let's talk. So I was asked the question. I was asked the question. My legs are cold. Um, I was asked the question and suggested to do a video on this, and the question was, if I'm doing whatever I want to do, and I'm honest with God about me doing whatever I want to do, is that playing in God's face? So we're gonna tap into that. One thing I'm a firm believer in is being honest with God about where you are. I think it makes it easier when you have a guest, you invite them over, and you tell them what's on the menu. You know, you don't tell them that it's pork, knowing that you have beef. So with me, I think it's important in any relationship to be honest. And it's my response to this question. We'll get back to that. So my response to him was, no. I feel like you're playing in God's face when you go to him and you lie as if he can't see everything. Boogie, but why are you lying? Why are you telling God, I want to change, but you don't? Why are you telling God, like, I'm not going to mess with her no more, knowing that you're going to reach out to her as soon as you finish talking to him? Like you play like God don't see y'all. And I think that's where people get things messed up at, is when you try to play like God don't see y'all, and that's when you play in God's face. I think it is important with me. When it comes to me and my sexuality, I'm a firm believer in keeping it a buck with him. And I don't owe anybody an explanation. I think that's the thing we have to understand. When it comes to your understanding with God, it's not saying you're bargaining with him, but when it comes to your relationship with God, you don't owe nobody nothing. You don't owe an explanation for what you do, even to the point to where once you've gone to God asking for forgiveness, and you choose to go to that person asking forgiveness, you leave that where it's at. You leave it where it's at. And you move on with your life, and you move on to the next thing. And I think that's the thing people get confused. They get messed. It's kind of sad, because I feel bad for a lot of people who are stuck and depressed and upset and sad because people have put them in mental bondage. And it's like, baby, that's not your story. It's not. And I don't think that it's fair for any of us to decide to tell a person what God do and don't allow. I'm supposed to be wearing a hat, but I forgot to. It's not up to us to decide what God will or won't allow. That's how I look at it. And then again, I'm different. Always been different. So my views on things are always going to come off as screwed or skewed. It is what it is. But the dogs are barking. I say all of that. Shut up. But I think that to anybody who's walking around questioning if you're playing in God's face, my only question is, have you been completely upfront with him? Have you been, I'm sorry, trying to find my tissue. Have you been completely upfront with him? Have you been completely honest? Have you been completely transparent? Have you put yourself flat on your face in a submissive state and say, okay, God, this is who I am? I remember one point in my life I sat there and I said, okay, God, I want you to make me straight. And it's because that's what everybody wanted from me. I thought everybody wanted this particular thing. So I was like, I'm going to do it. I was my most unhappiest because I was chasing something that wasn't my own. I wasn't ready. I didn't want to change. I wanted to do whatever I wanted to do. And I set myself down a spiral of foolishness. Yeah, that's what I did. The best way to describe it. I think we also have to remember, when it comes to your relationship with God, and when it comes to other people giving their opinion about, well, what you do is a sin, you live a life of sin, and you're going to hell. You're judging, so you're going to hell too. Sin for sin. And I think a lot of times we feel the real. I love when people sit there and say, "Oh, when you're going to hell because you're gay, but you're cheating on your wife with somebody from the church." So we going together. So we're in the same boat heading to hell. Are we doing white liquor or dark liquor? What are we doing? Like let's turn up. I have enough solidarity in my relationship to know I'm not going to hell. And I think it's because I understand that, I think that's the thing we gotta remember is when living a life for Christ, again, it's not something you choose, you do it. When living a life for Christ, you really are just loving on people. You're encouraging, you're being authentic, you're being genuine. It just, when you're your most authentic self and you're believing in God and trusting God, it'll make sometimes a non-believer say, well, who is this God? Who is this God that you serve? What do you be talking about over there? But everybody tries to force him, and you can't force God down somebody's throat. It's kind of like when you're trying to force feed a baby, and they don't want it. They don't want it because you're trying to force them to eat it. You can't do it. I get sad when I think about so many people who walk around who don't have someone to show them the love of Christ. And all they know is hate, 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 hate. And God hates the sin, not the person. A lot of us got people in our lives that struggle with drugs, alcohol, hoism, like struggle with different things, and we stand by them no matter what. They have different things that they struggle with. Who are we to sit there and judge them for their struggle? That's just their struggle. And sometimes the way to cure an addiction is love. You love them through it. Hold accountability, it takes into account, but you love them through it. I think that's how God does things, just with deliverance. Deliverance is a love process. You have to really love on yourself through that process. And a lot of times when it comes to dealing with an addiction of some sort, whether it's sex, drugs, alcohol, sometimes it's just something in you was missing love and you chose to seek it in other places. I heard a video on TikTok today and it was saying, what did it say? It said, you're not, what did it say? You don't need caffeine, you need rest. You don't need, you don't need a drink, you need a break. You don't need to have sex, you need a hug. No, you're not horny, you need a hug. And it was saying, stop chasing, what was it? Urges. Shit, bear with me. Stop chasing, stop chasing a craving. Stop chasing a craving. I'm going to butcher the second part. Stop chasing what you're craving and chase what you need. Or figure out why you're craving it. Because a lot of times, cravings are distractions. I go to dialysis, I be craving stuff to drink all the time. Knowing I don't need to drink all that fluid for treatment, but I be craving it. Knowing I don't need it. No, I don't need it. It's not that I'm thirsty. My mouth is just dry. I just need something to chew on. Get a cough drop. Simple and sweet. Problem solved. A lot of times we have things that we're craving. And the thing about it is, it's not even a matter of, sometimes we're craving things we don't need, but in reality what we need is God. And God is waiting for us to invite him in. So, to those of you who are navigating these emotions and these feelings and trying to figure out what to do next, I think it's safe to say that it is okay to take the time to just sit down, get on your face, talk to God, and just be safe with Him. Be safe. Because if we walk around and you're telling God, I need this to be safe, and that's not what you need, you're going to always be uncomfortable. I have safety in God because I know what I need from Him. In those moments when I'm on my face, when I'm talking to Him, when I'm praying, I just need to feel comfort in those moments when I'm talking to Him. I need to feel a hug. I need to feel something from Him to just sit there and say, son, I got you. And I'm straight, you know? But that's because I'm honest with God about where I stand and who I am. So don't be scared of. That's the thing. Man has made us scared of God. Man has made us scared. Scared for. Like, people will make you scared of God and they really don't even know God for themselves. They just feel like if they get you out of your sin, that'll make God either ignore their sin or make them get into heaven. So they can bargain with God, well, I helped this person get out. You helped this person get out, what was you doing? What would you do after you helped them out? Hope this all makes sense. It's a journey. It's a walk. It's a walk. It's a slow walk. And it's a walk that you move at your own pace. Move at your own pace. And when you move at your own pace, sometimes you'll sit there and you'll get with God. And by the time you look at how far you've come, you'll realize, dang, like, I thought I was moving slow, but I was really moving fast. You're taking one step, God's holding your hand, and that one step translates into 3. So you're taking 1, and God is creating a space to where, yeah, He made 1, but because I'm with Him, He made 3. Just something to think about, y'all. But stop using fear. Fear tactics don't get people to God. It don't. It don't. So, get to know God for yourself. Know Him for yourself. Invite Him in for yourself. Because people always sit there and they'll invite themselves into a party that they weren't invited to. And if you choose to let them stay, that's on you. Because God's looking like, I ain't bringing them with me. Something to think about, guys. But I love you all. I got a surprise for y'all next week. I can't wait to share it. And we'll come back to this next week. But I love you all. Listen, be great on purpose. Talk to you later. Bye. Oh.